Yeah, hi, Gil. Can I try a piece of the pepper turkey?
Gaming journalism hasn't had a valid reason to exist since as far back as the 7th generation. But before I get into this video, if you enjoy channels that hate censorship and advocate for video games to actually be good again, then please like this video and give me a sub, as that would help me to keep the channel going. So in the 2000s and early 2010s, once high-quality magazines like PSM or PlayStation Magazine, they were closing up shop because of the rise of social media and YouTube. They were able to cover gaming news much faster than paper media, but eventually an infection took hold. In place of passionate people reviewing games and actually being excited for them, were clickbait articles and political hit pieces, because without controversy and hatred for their own readers in gamer journalism, their jobs weren't viable, especially if they're not able to generate clicks. Even as far back as 2012 and 2013, sites like Kotaku were already writing articles for Tumblr pigs and cat ladies, which didn't even make sense. They've been pandering to people that don't play video games for longer than a lot of gamers have been alive. In 2024, gaming journalists are a lot like the game developers. They're a villainous hive of activists and paid liars. They give low scores to games they feel don't have enough diversity and inclusion, and they give high rating scores to junks like Dustborn and Dragon Age Veilguard. Unexpectedly, gaming journalists are now leaving Twitter to hide on Blue Sky because they can't handle dissenting opinions. Now, I would say they're just easy to ignore. We could just let them fade away into irrelevancy, but unfortunately, regular people who just want to play games and don't have the time to look into this propaganda, they still check websites like Metacritic, who factors in scores from terrible websites like IGN, who obviously can't ever be trusted for an honest review. Today I wanted to look at the slow death of video game journalism and its implosion we've been seeing lately. It seems gamers are winning, and that's really starting to agitate the journos. So for a great example of what I'm talking about when it comes to the state of 2024 gamer journalism is found courtesy of Fandom Pulse. So hard drive editor Matt Fresh calls Gamergaters losers, Nazis, and says you should kill yourselves. He sounds like a mentally healthy guy, right? So Matt Fresh, an editor and writer at Hard Drive, tore off his mask after he made a public call to hire more women, so-called transgender and LGBTQ individuals for the outlet. Over on Blue Sky, Fresh responded to a post from Doctor Strange writer Robert Cargill, who claimed that a war on women is taking place. Cargill wrote, "To my fellow dude creatives, the war on women people said wasn't happening is effing happening out in the open. The culture war is raging, but we are the culture." He added, "Follow women creatives, promote women, produce their work, hire them for your projects and rooms. Women can't win with this one alone." It's funny he calls himself the culture as a way to unironically force his bullshit feminist message, while disregarding everyone who disagrees with him as not part of the culture war. Their tactics often involve erasing opposing views. And this is why they love censorship of history and art, and especially why they hate Christianity, because it calls out all of their ideology as an evil abomination. In response to this post, Fresh made a call to hire new writers based on their identity. He wrote, "We're always looking for new writers at Hard Drive, and specifically I'd love to get more female, trans, and LGBT writers on board that can write funny articles and speak to those group experiences in gaming, entertainment, and online culture. So pitch if you're funny." They're not even trying to hide the fact that journalists and developers hire based on sexual preference and gender over skill set and merit anymore. These journalist sites do not care about video games or their customers, only the message they're employed to push. And it's been the same bullshit for over a decade now. A couple of minutes later, he then attacked anyone participating in Gamergate. He wrote, "I've been aware that Gamergate losers have seen my posts here and shared it with Grums on Twitter, so hopefully they see this as well and share it with him. You are worthless human beings. You don't have lives worth living. You are in fact Nazis and you should kill yourselves," Fresh added. So these are the types actively employed to cover hobbyist media that's really supposed to be about fun and escapism. He's calling customers Nazis who should kill themselves for not liking shitty politics forced into video games. They verbally attack Gamergate people because they feel protected, as all of them are still losing their jobs, especially over at Kotaku. It'd be hilarious if they weren't such irredeemable scumbags. These are the same kind of people who try to gaslight their readers into believing like DEI propaganda simply doesn't exist in video games. He did not stop there. He claimed that right-wingers, of which many are Christian, lack empathy and introspection. Great art is born from empathy and introspection. It's just that most right-wingers lack those qualities completely, he posted. Christianity is a faith rooted in empathy and self-control. These kind of people always target Christians because this really isn't just a culture war, it's a spiritual one. And Matt Fresh isn't ignorant to this. And speaking of ignorance, from that park place, Alyssa Mercante bounces from Kotaku as gaming website she led is decimated with layoffs. While things might be looking a bit different professionally for Alyssa Mercante, the future doesn't seem bright for the video game news site Kotaku. Recently, a series of layoffs hit the already bare-bones outlet just as its senior editor, Mercante, left for new opportunities. If you thought a captain goes down with their ship, Mercante somehow managed to do so and jump aboard another sinkable vessel. For those that don't know, Alyssa Mercante has become infamous after attacking gamers outwardly after Sweet Babe Inc. was discovered, and she's been going after Melanie Mack especially lately, and threatening lawsuits against other YouTubers. She does what she can to stay relevant, and she's begun to represent the cultural rot that's taken hold in Kotaku. She's been outspoken about aborting her own babies, and now she's showing off her pancake ass on OnlyFans. So really, it's over for Kotaku's cells. The loss of these writers, plus Mercante, brings Kotaku's full-time staff down to 6 individuals. This includes Editor-in-Chief Austin Williams, who has been manning the ship there for a few months only. Williams took over after previous Editor-in-Chief Jen Glennon resigned. Her resignation came after a mandate from Geo Media that stated Kotaku would move away from video game news and commentary in favor of game guides. So at the time that Geo Media wanted the outlet producing up to 50 guides per week. So it seems Kotaku is as good as gone, and nothing of value was lost. They have openly attacked gamers that ask questions. And now that woke flops are beginning to pile up, journos are either losing their jobs, threatening to fight YouTubers, or wishing death upon us.
Welcome to hell. Who gives a shit? Free of hell.
As they become more increasingly unhinged, it means that they know their rainbow age of degeneracy is coming to a close. And as that happens, they're going to become even more aggressive. The silver lining to this is that more independent news sites have become more popular and acts as more of an open forum than it used to be before all the censorship. So let me know what you guys think of Ms. Mercante's antics and the death of Kotaku as we know it. And let me know what you think in general about gaming journalism in 2024 in the comments.